1, 2, 3, 4. Mike and Jon got it going on. Mike and Jon got it going on.
How's it going?
You know,
Not so bad?
it's a Friday.
It is a Friday, and
Yeah.
that's good news. It's Mike and Jon Got It Going On, brought to you by Jordan Genso, official Gigo Realtor. Got a lot going on today. We'll see if we got a winner, and I think we did.
Okay.
In Thursday night, bonus prize trivia.
TNBPT.
TNBT. TNBPT.
TNBPT.
I like that.
TNBPT.
Can you put a beat to it? Boom, ba-doom. TNBT. TNBPT. All right, we got it.
Well,
we're going to find out who won that 25.
And I want to get rid of it.
There's a salve for that. We'll find out who the winner is. A couple of people got the right answer,
All
but
right.
somebody nailed it pretty quick on in last night's trivia, so we'll get to that. Also, we'll catch up with the Rowe family. Lindsay Rowe joining us to tell us where they're at with the rebuilding of Rustic Marine and some other things they have going on as far as fundraisers go for local fire departments.
Right. There's been a lot of fundraisers to help out the Rowe family, but it sounds like she's stepping up to kind of give back.
Exactly.
So, yeah.
Going to get all the details from Lindsay this morning. We'll talk with great-grandma Bonnie Runyan.
She's the greatest of great grandmas.
GGBR. Can I get a beef? No, we don't. We're getting spit all over the place.
Sorry, I got it.
And we'll get to our 2-cent history lesson, too, and give away that lunch for 2 at Torch 180. But first, a look at local news brought to you by Cooper and Binkley Jewelers in downtown Brighton.
All right, here's what's going on. The Michigan Department of Transportation has issued a travel advisory for US 23 in Livingston County. Southbound US 23 from Clyde Road to M59 will be closed for paving starting at 7 o'clock tonight until 7 a.m. Saturday, and then again 7 p.m. Saturday to 7 a.m. Sunday. And again, that's southbound 23 from Clyde Road to M59. Traffic will be detoured via Old US 23 during the closure. Portable, changeable message signs are in place to display that information for commuters, and you can find those details on our website, mikeandjohnpodcast.com. This Saturday will be like Christmas Day for exotic car enthusiasts as the Lingenfelter Collection in Green Oak Township will open its doors for its annual benefit for the American Cancer Society. Since 2016, the Lingenfelter Collection Spring Open House has raised more than $310,000 in the fight against cancer, which has a personal connection to owner Ken Lingenfelter. He has lost his mother, father, and sister to cancer. There are over 200 cars in the collection that includes foreign gems like Porsches, a Maserati, and a Lamborghini, but also some unique models like a split-window 1963 Corvette or a 1974 AMC Gremlin.
The denim version.
Yeah, so
If you haven't seen it, it's the Levi version.
yeah,
Pretty cool.
It is. It's a very
I wouldn't
interesting
want
car.
it, but it's pretty cool.
I'd like to see him park it right between the Porsche and the Maserati.
There you go.
Porsche, Gremlin, Maserati.
Yeah, I haven't been out to the Lingenfelter collection in a few years. It might
Well,
be something to do this
tomorrow
weekend.
might be the play. They're going to have a sneak peek at some of their futuristic electric vehicles from Lingenfelter's Performance Engineering Shop. So kind of some things they're working on for future vehicles. The event runs from 10 a.m. till 5 p.m. Saturday at the showroom. That's at 7819 Lockland Drive. Admission's free. Attendees, though, are asked to make a voluntary donation to the American Cancer Society. And finally, Brighton area schools will be honoring a longtime coach in a ceremony that will take place on Saturday. And our own Tim Robinson has details.
There's going to be a reunion of Brighton baseball players from around the country on Saturday, and all for a good reason. Brighton's baseball field has changed its physical location several times since Mark Carroll began coaching the Bulldogs back in 1973, but the current location is going to be dedicated as Carroll Field in a ceremony scheduled to take place before Saturday's scheduled doubleheader with Ypsilanti Lincoln. Carroll coached the Bulldogs from 1973 to 2006 before retiring, and he, along with former players, will be there for Saturday's dedication. Carroll says he's thrilled with the honor.
I mean this from the bottom of my heart. This, although it will have my name up there, it certainly should be dedicated to all the ball players that I had, because without them, this never would happen. You know, and that's from the kid who only got up to bat 5 times in his career to the Drew Henson's, who's the national player. They all did something to, make this happen.
Carroll won 823 games with the Bulldogs, which is 8th all-time in the state of Michigan. His teams included 2 Mr. Baseball honorees, more than a dozen all-state selections, and the Bulldogs made 2 trips to the Class A semifinals during his tenure. The dedication ceremony is scheduled to begin at 10:45 a.m. on Saturday at the field before the first game of that doubleheader, which is set for 11 a.m. In case of rain, the dedication will be held in the Steam Center next to the baseball field. I'm Tim Robinson reporting.
All right, thanks, Tim. And that's a look at news, and that's what's happening.
All right, news brought to you by Cooper and Binkley Jewelers in downtown Brighton. And with all the construction going on, Mark and Barb Binkley have decided to try and help out their fellow businesses in downtown Brighton by giving you a chance to shop and win. You have today and Saturday, today and tomorrow, the 21st and 22nd. If you spend $300 or more at Cooper and Binkley Jewelers, you'll have a chance to draw out of their bin for one of 70 gift cards from 20 Main Street businesses in downtown Brighton. Apparently, the giving continues, and it's going on today and tomorrow in downtown Brighton. $300 or more purchase at Cooper and Binkley Jewelers. You'll have a chance to draw for one of those gift cards, which you can spend at one of the local businesses in downtown Brighton. So we encourage those that are shopping for jewelry or more to stop by Cooper and Binkley Jewelers today. For more details, go to their website, cooperandbinkleyjewelers.com, or better yet, stop in and see Mark and Barb and the team today. Cooper and Binkley Jewelers, bringing you local news here with Mike and John. Got it going on. Last night in, what was it? Thursday night
and BPT.
Bonus prize trivia.
Right. Brought to you by Firehouse Doors, the OG sponsor of Mike and John Got It Going On. Serving Livingston County for 25 years. Give them a call, 810-599-7480.
I'm thinking we might change that to the OMG sponsors. Oh, my gosh.
I'll have to run that by. They
They
like me in the old
All
gang
right,
stuff.
the OG. Here's the question. Over half of people who have this on their car or SUV, truck, don't use it.
Right.
Want to know what it is?
Lots of good answers.
Yeah, there sure were.
Which, like, for instance, Debbie said a heated steering wheel.
Yeah, now my
I have
wife-
that option. I don't think I've ever used
Oh,
it.
that's a cool feature.
The
especially,
heated seats, I'll use that.
Well, that gives you sweaty buns.
Well, if you use it in the summer.
So, yeah, that was a great guess. Some other people said the warranty. Child locks on the doors. Those are the things, and that was one of the reasons I liked when my boys were little. What the vehicle I had at the time was like,
Right.
okay, we got side airbags and locks on the back door so they can't get out without me seeing it. It was just remembering to undo that at times. Cruise control.
The glove box.
Well, that's for
That's where you put your
restaurant.
gloves. That's where you put your gloves.
Nobody puts gloves
I
in
know.
the glove box.
It's a stupid name.
It's a storage facility.
Right.
The emergency brake or parking brake, the owner's manual, that clutters up the glove box, does it not?
Right.
That
Well,
owner's
but there's a
manual?
time, there's like one time usually in the entire time you own the vehicle that you're like, where's that owner's manual?
I gotta look that.
You know?
I gotta look that.
Usually it's when you have a flat tire and you're like, where's the spare? Is there a spare? I don't even know.
up. Or how do I change?
How
the
do I?
time?
What am I doing?
How do I change the time?
What's going on? Hamina.
The backup camera. At first, when I first got a vehicle with a backup camera,
Right.
it was like, all right, this is confusing because I feel like I need to look back, but I've
Right.
got this camera, and then when it rains or it's foggy, it's still not great view. But I've become kind of reliant on it.
I agree with you. I had the same experience when I first had a car with a backup camera. I didn't trust it, and I would look at the camera, and it took longer because I'm like, you got to commit to one or the other. And
I
I
like how it
eventually
beeps.
committed to the camera.
And then mine has the little football field on it when you're backing up.
Oh,
It
yeah.
has the yellow lines.
No.
Yellow, red.
I have to tell you, that is actually very helpful.
Yeah, it's
it's
but I don't know how much
guiding
feet,
it in. Yeah.
How much feet do I have between the red and the yellow?
That would be nice. Like, they should have a measurement sensor that would let you know, like you are now, 8 inches from the
You're
car.
2 inches.
You know.
Stop. I should see a big stop.
That's what she said.
Hey, moron.
All right.
The odometer, said Jordan, or the trip odometer.
All right. Jennifer said blinkers. And yes, there are a lot of people out there who don't seem to know how to operate their blinkers, their turn signals.
Best answer, but not right, was radio.
Yeah.
Just
I
saying.
mean, the terrestrial kind.
Yeah. OnStar, CD player.
Right.
I think most cars
See, with
past
OnStar,
2018, I don't think they had CD players put in them.
now with the, everyone has a smartphone, cell phone connection. It seems like you would less need something like OnStar.
Yeah. Road Assist, which I guess would be pretty much the same thing as OnStar, unless you have the off-brand,
Right.
like Offstar.
Now, Sarah said satellite radio, specifically saying that. Now, I have to tell you that I was once an opponent of satellite radio. I was like
Heck no. Now you
vehemently
love it.
opposed to it because I thought, no. And then I started using satellite radio, and I'm like, oh, hell yes. Because it beats the other crap that's out there.
And set a luggage rack. Sometimes those are just for show. You know,
Right.
when you have that luggage rack on the top of your car, unless you're a skier or a kayaker,
Right.
unless you were traveling in the 70s, then you put stuff
even
on
with
the roof.
like a kayak, some of those luggage racks, you still have to buy something to, like still put something that's heavier on there. Like who? And then here's the other thing: I'm not going to strap my suitcase to the top of my car.
And Edna, yes. Suitcase, no.
No. So right, it seems mostly decorative.
The rear window wiper. On occasion.
Our show sponsor Jordan Genso had a good answer. It's not the right answer, but he said trip odometer.
Yeah.
Now, not just your, but the trip, like the specific. I never even touched that.
See, I use that just because I want to see how many. I flip back and forth by how far I've gone and how many miles I have left for my gas.
Okay.
That's all I
Well, I
use
just
that.
have a thing on my car that just tells me.
You have a
this many-
smart car.
You have this many miles to go. Although, of course, when
Rockefeller.
it gets under. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Rockefeller driving around his 2017 Nissan Rogue. But.
Oh, you still have a CD player then.
I do.
That was one of the answers, CD players. Now, if you have a cassette player in your car, we know
Wow.
you have a car from the
Yeah.
80s and 90s.
So here's my 82 Chevette.
Anything else?
Yeah, a lot of people saying CD player.
Yeah.
Cooling seats.
See,
Now,
I wish I had a CD
I don't
player.
think I have I have heated seats. I don't think I have cooling seats.
You're not that fancy.
No,
there.
I'm not Rockefeller.
No, you're not.
Elizabeth said a visor. I use the
I use
visor
my
all the
visor a
time.
lot, yeah. Voice recognition. I've never heard of a car with voice recognition unless it's like the kit car. They have cars where you just say, okay, let's hit 70.
Yeah, I don't know.
Bright lights.
I don't know that I trust it.
Yeah. The correct answer. Oh, remote start. That's a good guess, too. But that's not the correct
No, it's
answer.
not
The
correct.
correct answer was sunroof.
Yeah.
Sunroof. The first to get it correct was Audrey Norby. So congratulations, Aubrey. After 3 days, we have finally given away that $25 gift card courtesy of Firehouse Doors. $25 gift card for purchasing on Amazon. Amazon gift card going to you, Audrey. And again, thank you to our friends at Firehouse Doors, serving Livingston County for over 25 years with unparalleled service and products. Firehouse Doors, your one-stop shop for all your garage door needs. Audrey Norby, our winner of that $25 gift card for Amazon. We're going to give away another gift card next week. And can we talk about the meeting that you were at
Yes,
yesterday, the
that's right.
executive meeting?
Top secret planning meeting.
In a location that was only known to few
Yes, or many.
that were there
Yeah.
at the time. But this is big.
Yeah.
This is pretty exciting.
Had a chance to sit down yesterday with Ethan from Eternity Brewing, Ethan and James, and Nicole from the Alzheimer's Association, and we were talking about the Alzheimer's Walk, which is coming up September 30th, and how we could help promote that. There's an event that's hopefully going to be taking place in downtown Howell, I believe June 11th.
Yes.
That will somewhat talk that off, and we're talking like, how do we support this? How can we be a part of this? And so it looks like
What are we going to do?
Thursday, June 1st,
Thursday, June 1st.
6 o'clock
6
ish.
p.m.
Ish.
Ish?
Yeah,
Oh, there's an ish on it?
we're still
Is the
nailing
flyer
down the
gonna say
details.
6-ish?
We're still nailing down details.
Yeah.
But around 6.
Get there early.
It's going to be Mike and Jon Night
Yes.
at Eternity Brewing.
And
There'll be champions from past Alzheimer's walks that will also be invited.
there's going to be a Mike and John brew.
Yes. And
On
I actually
tap.
talked to the brewmaster. They brought him out from the back. He was busy. They said, hey, come on out here.
Now, did he come out like out of the ring like a boxer? You know?
He was
robe
working.
and the hood
He
on,
had
kinda
an
walking
apron
out.
on, and he was definitely
A brewer's apron.
And he knew his stuff because we were talking about what kind of beer. Now, when we had Ethan on the show, we jokingly said
Something bittersweet.
We said something, sriracha and mayo.
No.
And we like eliminated that off the top. We're like, okay, that was just a joke. Forget that. So we're talking about the different flavors that we could possibly do to come up with a Mike and Jon beer. And what we're going to do, we couldn't really quite nail it down. And we said, you know what? This is something for the people to decide.
Let the people decide what the taste
We, the people,
of Mike and
in
Jon
order
should
to
be.
form a more perfect beer, do hereby declare. So what we're going to do is, hopefully starting next week.
He didn't know any more of that.
Shut up.
Turn into Schoolhouse Rock.
Right. Where is that? Starting next week, I believe we're going to start an online poll that will have several choices of flavors.
I think 4 is what we're going to go with, right?
4? Several.
All right.
Ish.
What
4-ish.
would
We're
you
going to have 4-ish. The event will be June 1st at 6-ish.
4-ish.
And we'll have 4-ish flavors for you to vote on. And we're going to do an online poll.
You can vote-ish.
Let people vote-ish to determine what they think the Mike and Jon beer. Then on June 1st, during Mike and Jon Night at Eternity Brewing for Alzheimer's Association.
We're having a Mike and Jon night?
Yeah, I just told you that.
And we're going to have some great giveaways,
Mike and Jon
too.
Night-ish.
Yes.
No, for sure it's happening. Everyone who gets a Mike and Jon beer, they're going to give a couple of bucks
to the
Alzheimer's Association
here in Livingston
So,
County. So cool.
looking forward to that, and we'll have more details coming up. But that was a little sneak preview.
Yeah, we'll also let the cat out of the bag. There will be special Mike and Jon freebies too.
Yeah, we'll have giveaways,
We'll have some merch,
and I believe it's going to be a purplish evening.
Purplish.
Yeah.
To go along 6-ish.
As a matter of fact, we talking to the brewmaster, they can make purple beer.
Well, then
Without using dye. That's the thing. I go, you just put when you see green beer, like on St. Patty's Day, they just use green dye for a lot of places.
You put something
At Eternity, their brewmaster's like, oh no, we would never, no, we're not using dye. He was explaining to me, he goes, if you use a certain type of yeast in a certain type of, mixture, and you brew it a certain way, then you add in this particular type of, hops, I'm not quite sure.
Because his eyes were glazed over. Right
Yeah,
He's like Sidney Brady on
he knew
the
what
quiz
he was
show.
talking about. Let that guy go.
Yeah.
He said you will get a purplish beer.
A purple brewski.
And purple, of course, the color for Alzheimer's.
We're not going to call it a brewski, though.
No, we're not. No.
Slap me for saying that.
So it was very eye opening, and they know what they're doing over there at Eternity. So we're looking forward to that Thursday, June 1st, Mike and Jon Night to benefit the Alzheimer's Association.
Yeah, it's going to be fun. So and a lot more details will be coming out in the near future. But if you were to say pick a Jon beer, what would the
flavor be?
The flavoring, the build
Yeah.
of the beer?
I would go with something like a sriracha. Not literally sriracha, but
Beer that'll make you sweat.
like a little spicy. Spicy.
Beer that makes you sweat. It's like a diet beer. You drink the beer and you just start to sweat it right back out.
Right. So
Yeah,
something
purple dots all
something
over your
interesting. Although actually, I like a lot of the hard ciders.
What do you want, a Zima next? Come on, man.
All right, now what would your beer flavor be?
Mine would be pretty plain. But
I'm shocked.
mine would be more on the light side.
So they added some vanilla.
Nah, vanilla doesn't go with beer. but I love vanilla. It just wouldn't go in beer.
What about chocolate? Do you like chocolate?
Yeah,
chocolate
vanilla
beer?
and chocolate.
They have chocolate beer. I've seen
Not
chocolate beer.
Neapolitan,
I've
no
seen
way.
chocolate beer before.
No, that's just wrong.
It is kind of wrong. I remember I didn't have chocolate beer. Someone many years ago,
Chocolate beer,
someone had
yuck.
some chocolate wine,
No.
and I'm like, just out of curiosity, like, all right, let me have a sip, and I'm, it was like, and I've eaten some pretty funky things.
No.
I was like, that could not get out of my mouth fast enough. I was like,
Kind of like
what
pizza
is
Grandma's
that? Oh my god. So yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. It would. I guess when I'm not much into the different flavored brews. I'm just like regular old plain beer guy.
Okay.
But
We're gonna let the people speak with
Yes.
the Mike and Jon, and it's got to be something that represents us both.
yeah, that's the tough part.
So
Smart and witty.
beautiful and plain,
Yeah. Wait a minute.
young and old.
Wow, it smells like Old Spice. Old Spice and Axe all in one.
Oh my god.
I don't think so.
Okay, so yeah.
we'll find out. We'll get the brewmasters options and we'll post those as soon as we do get
Yep.
them, and we'll allow you to vote.
We're working behind the scenes furiously to get all the details nailed down.
We're letting everybody else do the work, is what we're doing.
Right.
All right. We were mentioning Lindsay Rowe, and some things happening with the Rowe family and Rustic Marine. So Lindsay said she would be happy to join us this morning and talk about that. And I think she's probably still doing the take the kids to school thing. So we may catch her in the car.
Okay.
As we get Lindsay on the line this morning. So we'll find out. But some exciting new things going on.
Yeah.
Hello.
Hey, Lindsay, it's Mike and John. How you doing?
Good. How are you guys?
Great.
Good.
Now, as we talked yesterday afternoon, and you had some things that are really exciting that are going on at your place, and some things going on with local fire departments. That the first time we had you on the phone, you were mentioning trying to put something together. So let's start with the fundraisers with the fire departments here in Livingston County.
Yeah. So over the last 5 weeks, I've spent a lot of time with our local fire department, and I've learned a lot about them, and I've learned a lot of ways that our community can become safer. And like I mentioned last time, my goal now is just to make sure that no other family has to go through what we went through. So we are partnering with the fire department, and we're going to have a community-wide event. It's free for everybody, May 20th. It's going to be at Station 61, right across from Hartland Middle School, next to the Springer softball fields. And we're really excited about all of the things that we can do for the community that day.
Well, and, ever since what happened to you, and we should remind folks, obviously, you and your husband, have run Rustic Marine for, quite a while, and it's become very popular. And then there was this tragic fire at your home. Fortunately, I mean, we don't want to say it was a good outcome, but I mean, it was the things that were important were saved. And that's obviously you and your kids. And there was this great outpouring of support to you and your family, having lost everything. And so now you're all about fire safety. And I just noticed, which we can understand why, having gone through that experience. And I just noticed, like yesterday, you put up a post about having a safety ladder. In that, hey, you were like, hey, everybody, make sure you have a safety ladder. It's one of these roll down ladders you can attach to your outside window. And that would have made like a big difference for you guys that
as
evening.
far as injuries and things of that nature. Yeah.
Yeah, big difference. We wouldn't be healing broken feet and broken legs. I've learned, I mean, they make masks that you can put on, and it will give you an hour of clean air. That would have been a game changer for us. So there are things out there that, I mean, that ladder's $30, and instead, every kid, I should have had one in every room.
Right.
But it's just things I never thought we would have a fire. Most people don't. So I do. I want to spread other things like the fire department. They'll come to your house and test and replace any smoke detectors that aren't working for free. There's so you don't even have to really spend money to make your house safer. People just don't know about these free services and what type of products are out there. And not just house fires, but a lot of the fires in Livingston County are outside. They're grass fires, they're brush fires, they're from bonfires. So we are going to have this amazing event. It's going to be fun. We're going to have bounce houses and food trucks and all sorts of fun things. But kids can learn. They're going to have their smokehouse there. Kids can learn how to escape a smoky room. Kids can learn how to call 911. Parents can learn how to make their house safer. And like I said, it's all for the goal, one, to raise some money for our fire department who desperately needs it, and two, to make this community a safer place.
Well, I got to tell you, that post yesterday, when I saw it, I remembered, I'm like, you know what? We have one of those ladders. I bought it back when my kids were young, and we lived in a different house. And I'm like, where is it? I don't even remember. I'm like, where? Because we've moved several times since and I was like, where is that thing? And I'm like, I found it. It was in one of the closets. And I'm like, okay. So even just that little reminder, I'm like, all right, I got to put this somewhere where it is going to be useful, because you're right. In the confusion of, if God forbid we were to wake up to a situation like you woke up to, you don't want to be searching for something like that. You just want to know where it is exactly.
Right.
So even just that little reminder, I think, for folks, it makes a big difference. It does kind of like, oh yeah, wait a minute, what would I do? Where is that thing?
Well, and this is why this event is so great. And I had an idea as you were describing some of the things that you didn't know about it, as John said, with the ladder, but the masks that you can put on to get you an hour of clean air to get out of the house. those types of things. Maybe if there's, and maybe there is something out there, I don't know, but a kit that would contain that kind of thing, like a go bag, if you will, that you could put in upstairs rooms or, in a closet somewhere upstairs. So you know where it's at if such an occasion should happen.
Yeah. What's ironic is I had a fire escape ladder. It was in the last homeowner left it in the house for us, and it was stuffed in the back of my closet under clothes. There was no way I didn't even think about it. I wouldn't have gotten to it. It should be accessible, and my kids, we need to practice. You need to practice this stuff with your kids. If my kids had a ladder, they wouldn't know how to use it. So, and that's something we never did. Some people practice fire escape drills in their homes, and we weren't one of those families. Like I said, it never crossed my mind. So,
no, and I think you're right. There's probably, if you were to do a survey, my guess would be there would be maybe 1%, if that, of people who've actually gone through an escape, whether it's some type of natural disaster type thing or a fire in that type of situation. But this event coming up on the 20th, it sounds like a good thing to do to get some reminders and give us a little, hey, maybe I should think about this. And as you said, educate the kids too.
Yeah. Somebody told me recently, I forget who it was, they asked their kids what they would do. They asked their young child, someone here in the community, what would you do if we had a fire? And their child's answer was, well, I would hide from it.
Right. That's kids' inclination.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which is terrifying. If your kid's hiding somewhere, that's so. Long story short, May 20th, I want everybody to come out and, take home some items that can make your home safer. You can sign up to have the fire department come by and check your smoke detectors. Your kids will have a great day. They'll leave with lots of fun goodies and have a great experience. They can meet our fire department and the fire trucks. Sometimes that's scary for kids, loud fire trucks and these guys in their uniform. But I want to make fire not scary, and I want to empower these kids to be able to escape and be safe.
Yeah, knowledge is power. And again, that's May 20th, the Hartland Station 61. What are the hours?
I think we're going to have it 11 to 1. We'll post a Facebook event. I'll post an event on Rustic Marine, and the fire department will share it. We're going to blast it out everywhere. Please share it and invite anyone you know. It's going to be a great, important day for our community.
Yeah, no, and how generous of you. I mean, have the community step up to help your family in your time of need, and then for you all, almost so quickly to turn around and say, all right, now I got to do something to give back to this community. I think that's outstanding. And, we're just so happy to help you get this message out. And again, May 20th at Station 61. And I think that's going to be an awesome day. And hopefully people will come out and take advantage of it, because like I was saying, even just you making that post yesterday about the ladders, it kind of just, I was like, oh yeah, where's mine?
I can actually see how many people clicked on that link. The amount of fire ladders purchased yesterday makes me so happy, because I can see a difference. And one other thing is, somebody told me, I'm running into people all over the community, at Kroger, people are stopping me everywhere and telling me these stories of what has happened over the last few weeks. One person said, I've been meaning to check my dryer. I knew the dryer vent, something was wrong with it.
Right.
They ended up checking it, and it was disconnected, and carbon monoxide was actually filling under the floorboards of her daughter's room. Her daughter had been having headaches for a month. Little stories like that, like this story can make a difference, and I want to make a difference in every home in Livingston County. So.
Well, you're doing a great job of it so far, Lindsay, and I know a lot of folks are curious about what's going on with Rustic Marine. So there's some developments, and I think folks would like an update. Where are you at?
Yeah, I want to know what's going on too. Well, we cannot wait to get back to work. We work, from home, from our barn is our shop, and power is cut off to the property. But the good news is we are scheduled to move back to our property next week. So power will be restored and we can get back to work, and we're excited to get back to, we like our job. We like working. And so we have a lot of projects planned. We're going to get back to our normal work here within probably the next, week or two. Rustic Marine will be back in business.
Awesome.
That is great to hear. And I know, prior to all this happening, so many people really enjoyed the products of Rustic Marine, and they enjoyed your videos that you made, and I know it it's heartbreaking all the work you put into that house to have that taken away by the fire. But nonetheless, when you watch those videos, it showed kind of your love for that and your family as well. So hopefully you can get all that back on track. And we're looking forward to that. I just clicked that link you mentioned, by the way. It's $36. I mean, $36 to save your family. I mean, come on. When you think about all the things you easily just throw $30-$50 at and don't really think about it, why not? I mean, we tend to think like, oh, that'll never happen to me until it happens to you.
Yeah.
So
until you're throwing kids out the window.
Yeah, right. Exactly. So $36, I think that's pretty. I mean, just that's a no-brainer to me.
Exactly.
So. Well, we're looking forward to, again, May 20th, and we'll look for your social media posts, the event likes, and we'll share those as well and make sure people know about it and get out there.
Yes. We want to make your home safer. Like I said, I don't want this to happen to anybody else. So thank you for sharing the message, and we hope to see some of you guys on May 20th.
All right,
yep,
Lindsay,
for sure.
Thanks again for checking in this morning. We appreciate it, and keep on the fight against fires. All right, and
yes,
say hi to AJ and the kids for us.
I will. Have a great weekend.
All right, you too.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Of course, we're brought to you by Jordan Genso, community realtor, community servant, and Jordan Genso. We've teamed up with Jordan to kind of help things out as far as trash cleanup along the highways go.
Right. Sunday, he'll be leading some volunteers, 2-mile stretch of M59. The Livingston County Democrats have traditionally cleaned up that section. He'll be leading that. He's looking for volunteers to show up 8 a.m. at the Ironwood Golf course, whatever it is.
John's a golfer.
You can tell. Never once.
He's a swinger,
you know what?
but not a golfer.
I've never gotten out of. Well, you know what? The only time I was on the golf course was last year when we went to the Brighton Golf Tournament.
The Chamber of Commerce event,
the Chamber outing, and we drove around on a golf cart. I think I've never made it out of.
John, that's a green.
I've never made it out of the clubhouse. Somehow I get into a clubhouse and there's a bar. Well, then goodbye. Anywho, 8 a.m. this Sunday at Ironwood. Meet in the parking lot. Volunteers are going to go out, clean up that 2-mile stretch, and Jordan is going to keep track of everyone that shows up on Sunday to do that volunteering, and then supply us with that list of names.
Cleaning up trash and taking names.
That's right.
And those names are coming to us.
Right. Monday on the podcast, we will draw out a name, and that person's going to win a $25 gift card to Gus's Carryout. You get whatever you want. Of course, we know it's going to be breadsticks. It's got to be breadsticks in there. I don't even know is that legal? Are you allowed to go to Gus's and not get breadsticks?
I think
don't
you
know.
get ticketed if you don't.
Let's get our legislators on the line. So you get a $25 gift card to Gus's, and then also we're going to let you choose. You're going to go on the Mike and John merch store at mikeandjohnpodcast.com, and you can choose either a Mike and John coffee mug or a Mike and John t-shirt, your choice. And that's all for just coming out and helping to clean up a 2-mile stretch of M59 on Sunday at 8 o'clock, volunteers gathering at Ironwood Golf Course.
Of course, Jordan Genso, the official GGBR realtor with RE/MAX Platinum. Community servant, community realtor. If you need somebody who has the expertise, Jordan can help you either buy or sell your home. Give him a call today, 248-444-9777 for Jordan Genso. We appreciate Jordan's support here on Mike and John Got It Going On. And it's time to check in with everybody's favorite great-grandma, GGBR. That's great-grandma Bonnie Runyan.
Right.
For her words of wisdom.
Everyone's great-grandma.
Oh, that would be EG.
Yeah, I don't know.
BR. EGG. It's egg BR.
What about PBR?
Good morning, Bonnie.
Well, good morning. So what is EGG? What are y'all talking about eggs for?
We're talking about you.
Everybody's great grandma, Bonnie Runyan.
You're the EGGBR.
Yes.
I am totally blessed. Oh, my goodness. Yeah.
How are things on the farm today, Bonnie?
Fabulous.
Yeah.
You know that. I mean, life is too short for negativity, guys. Come on.
We were.
I wish someone would have told me that earlier.
He's wasted a lot of.
I've wasted a lot of my life being negative. Wait a minute.
So we were talking with Lindsay Rowe and about a fire safety event that's coming up, and one of the topics that she mentioned was somebody talked to her about dryer vents and that could lead to carbon monoxide in the home or also a fire hazard. And I was talking with somebody earlier today about clotheslines. When's the last time you used a clothesline? Which is a lot safer than using your dryer, and a lot
that's true.
Cost effective too.
Boy, fellas. You know what?
A clothesline.
Okay, the last time I fully remember a clothesline.
Yeah.
My husband was in the Army. We were in Germany. And, I'm washing clothes by hand.
Yeah.
I'm starting him so his uniform will stand up in the middle of the living room. And they always got the clothesline before me.
Oh,
The other, because we were renters.
yeah.
Oh,
So
yeah.
it was like a shared
Like
line.
a community clothesline. Wow.
So one time I thought, okay, I've had it. That's enough. I went out there. I washed the clothes and I waited and I waited. And I went out there like at 3 o'clock in the morning. So I got the clothesline.
Ah, it's like waiting in line for concert tickets.
I got to use the clothesline that day.
Yeah.
Oh, see, I might have just gone along and said, "Oops, the wind took all these clothes away." Oops. But that's me.
So what about back here?
Back here,
Yeah, I mean, it's on the farm. Didn't you have a clothesline, or did you use a dryer
you know what?
when the kids were little?
I think we used a dryer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Why wouldn't you?
Well, we had a clothesline when I was a kid,
Okay.
and it
Was it
in-
one of those square ones that turned?
Well, no, we had a post that was about, I don't know, maybe 25 feet away from the house, that
Ouch.
you could take the post and put the post up, and then there was a thing on the
Oh,
wall,
we-
the outside, and you could pull it out and hook it on the post, and there'd be like 5 or 6 lines that you would hang the clothes
all
on.
right, all right.
And then you're out playing in the middle of summer. Mom's got your underwear and your socks hanging on a clothesline. And you're like, "Come on, we're playing cops and robbers here. We're playing Lost in Space. Everybody's seeing my Home of the Whopper underwear hanging on the line." You just want to hope that it got fully clean because it was all white.
His
back in the-
nickname was Skid Marks.
I heard about clotheslines that were like on a wheel that you could stand on the porch
Right.
and put them on and just wheel it out, put another one on and wheel it out. And now that would be pretty cool.
Right.
See, nowadays you just don't see in neighborhoods people with clotheslines.
Well, I know that some neighborhoods, a long time they prohibited.
homeowners
They
association,
would
we'll have
prohibit
none of
them.
that.
Like, no, that looks bad. You can't have
Yeah.
them. But I think more recently, because people are more like, environmentally conscious,
Yes.
that they are like, hey, you know what? If I can just put them out to dry, why wouldn't I save the electricity or gas or whatever?
Especially now that DTE is raising rates between 3 and 7 p.m. every day.
Well, and your power's shut off anyway half the time from some outage. But
I guess I must have used a clothesline over the years, though, because as I'm sitting here with this conversation, I remember clothes on the clothesline smelled so good when you brought them in.
yeah.
right, they even make like Glade even makes that,
That
like
clothesline smell.
right,
Outdoor
or
fresh, or whatever.
fresh, you know.
Now, did you have the clothespins that were clippy ones or the ones that slid over the line?
Oh, Cliffy.
The clippy
Yeah,
ones?
yeah.
The ones you could, clip on your fingers and
Yeah.
become Edward Scissorhands?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. A little glimpse into your childhood.
Yeah, a little glimpse into my childhood. Or if somebody farted, you could put that one on your nose. Didn't happen in your family, I'm sure.
No, of course not.
A very downwind from the cows.
Right. When you're around cows, ain't no smell. I mean,
Yeah, did that change the scent of the clothes on the clothesline?
no.
No? Okay, just checking.
No.
Well, this has
Yeah.
been fun, Bonnie, as always. You didn't know you'd be talking about clotheslines and clothespins and
Bonnie's
cows
like, I'm
today.
not so sure this was fun.
No.
You know what? Oh, it's amazing. I love coming up with these different conversations, guys,
Oh, yeah.
that we don't get to have otherwise.
Yeah.
Oh, of course. Oh, well, if you don't know, Bonnie, we thoroughly plan out our calls to you.
Yeah,
we know
we
in
do.
advance what we're going to talk about.
what are we gonna talk to
It's
Bonnie
not
about
like
today?
as we're dialing your number.
What
Never
comes
would
from
we do that.
Heck no.
No. So,
Our producers give us many topics to choose.
and yet every time it's always a fascinating phone call. So, always a pleasure. Our EGGBR.
Yes.
Yep. You got it, guys. Blessed,
right.
blessed. Okay.
All right. Have
All
a great
right.
week. We'll talk to you next Friday.
You got it. Be careful.
All right,
I
you
love
do
you
the same.
guys.
All right. We love you too.
All right.
All right. Bye-bye.
All right. We last week we didn't get to give away a lunch for.
Well, it was the day
28.
after Torch, and they were
Yeah.
actually closed on Friday because Rhonda had put in so much work to get the gala going and up and ready that they took the day off, and a well-deserved day off,
I
I
think
might
so,
add.
yeah,
So
they did a
we're
great
going to
job.
go back and give away a lunch for 2 from Torch 180.
All right. I'm going to grab the hopper.
Go
you
grab.
handle details.
I'll
here.
grab that. You grab this.
All
right.
not grabbing that. I'll grab the
Good
hopper.
morning.
Good morning. How are you doing today?
I'm well, thanks. How are you guys doing?
Yeah, we're doing really well. So we didn't talk to you last Friday because we kind of hung out with you on Thursday last week.
Yeah.
Yeah, at the gala. So we gave you
enough of us.
a break from us for a day, for a week. But this is our first chance to talk since the gala, and what a great night that was. Lots of fun, and all obviously to benefit Torch 180, and so many people stepped up and were very generous.
They really were. I just have so many great memories from that night. I think it's one of the best fundraisers that we've held. And it was also like I just met a lot of new people, and so I always love doing that because the more people hear about what we're doing, for one thing, they'll think of somebody who might really benefit from the program, which is huge. But then also, they come in and become customers and become friends, and it always reinforces to the students and the apprentices that they really do matter in our society. So I loved it.
Well, we enjoyed it too. We were happy to be there. We were honored to be there, actually, and it was just an awesome night, and to see the creations from the different students and their teams, and how much fun they had,
And to see John in action as the auctioneer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
that's a really fun position to be in.
Well, it was quite amazing to me anyway that we were able to auction off a tray of cookies and then the Oreo cake.
Yes.
And I think that one with the cookies and cakes around it, but I think that one ended up getting over $350, something like that.
Yeah, it was $350. Isn't that crazy?
It got up there. That was a lot of fun. And then and like I said, so many folks being generous. Just knowing that. I mean, it was a fun night. It had great food and there was dancing and the casino nights. Everyone was enjoying all that stuff. And then people were just going above and beyond and giving just a little bit more. Because they believe in the Torch mission, and so we're happy to see that continue. So the gala's out of the way.
Yes.
Has the planning already begun for next year's, or you're like, I need a month here, fellas?
Gotta catch my breath.
No, we're actually we've been talking about it.
Yeah,
I mean,
figured.
It's good to do it when you're still fresh because then you have we did a debrief meeting last. One night this week. And then, and so we got some ideas and things that we know we need to tweak and change. But honestly, I mean, Val and Mel, they are so organized and they really were just kind of the heartbeat of the whole, just keeping everybody together and having a really great plan for the flow of the evening. And so I have to give them kudos for that because that certainly wasn't me that did all of that.
Well,
so it was awesome.
You got to build the team.
You did a lot too. So it was a great team effort, and looking forward to next year as well. So,
I know you have open mic night coming up, or open mic there at Torch 180. Tomorrow, right?
Tomorrow. Yep. We did that in February, and I was like, I don't know how this is going to go.
Right.
Like pretty much everything I do, don't know how this is going to go.
Yeah, we know the feeling.
But it was so much fun. It was just such a fun day. I mean, the guys were coming out of the kitchen because they wanted to hear the people, the musicians, the different people who came. And we had a variety of people. And so I'm looking forward to see who comes out tomorrow. And Paul Richardson, he actually leads it. He does a lot of open mic things, and he is a lot of fun. And so he does a really good job of keeping things moving. But he's also a talented singer himself. And so, so it's a lot of fun.
Saturday at Torch, and what are the times?
It's going to be from 11:30 to 1:30.
Okay.
All right. Now, is this just musical stuff? Or are you getting comedy?
True open mic.
Just anything?
Oh, so I've invited some of my stand-up comedian friends to come and just do a couple things. So far, nobody has bet, but I'm going to keep asking them.
Okay. All right.
But we're open to anything. Somebody wants to come and do some poetry. I love it. Anything we can do just to celebrate our local talent. So, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
We're snapping poets.
Oh, yeah. Oh, so you could come and do that?
We can snap.
Skiddly diddly.
Skiddly,
No.
diddly, wow,
We can't
wow,
go back to that.
Okay, no.
Poetry
We're not
we
doing
know
that
from
again.
the-
All right, so Saturday, 11:30 to 1:30, open mic at Torch 180. And
Yes.
always, and if there's no other reason to stop in, obviously.
Get lunch and some
Yeah.
entertainment.
There you go.
Yes.
That sounds
yes. There'll be great lunch. All of our whole menu is available on Saturdays, and yeah, it'll be a good time.
All right.
All right, we brought out the hopper early on and
Woohoo.
picked a winner for lunch for two. And the winner this time around is Dawn Hutner. Dawn Hutner.
Yeah. All right. Congratulations, Don.
So Dawn
Absolutely.
gets lunch for two.
Lunch for two.
At the Torch.
All right.
Ron, as always, a pleasure chatting with you. We'll do it again next Friday.
All right. Thank you.
All right,
You
have a
guys
great day.
weekend.
All right.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
It's pool season, and Roman's Pools and Supplies taking care of both John and I when it comes to our pool supplies and needs, chemical balancing, and, of course, water testing, too. So if you have a pool or thinking about it, Roman's Pools and Supplies, highly recommended by both of us.
Absolutely. Your pool's best defense. You can go online, check them out, romanspools.com. And still not too late to hunt down a good summer job. 18 or over, apply. And you could be on Roman's team, working out in one of the showrooms or, being out on one
Out
of
in the field.
maintenance teams, however you prefer. It's a great job, and Roman's a great company that you would love to work for. So check them out, romanspools.com.
And we thank Romans for their support as well. It's April 21st. Tomorrow, Earth Day, by the way.
Right.
Today is Goodbye to Prince Day. Of course, we lost Prince on this day back in 2016.
Oh, man.
The artist Prince found dead in his home in Minnesota at the age of 57.
So it's been 7 years?
Yeah.
It doesn't seem like 7 years. That's crazy.
EMTs had been summoned to his house and found his body in an elevator on June 2nd.
Right. And it was a fentanyl overdose.
Yes, it was.
Yeah, that's crazy stuff.
Well, on June 2nd, that's when the medical examiner
Right.
released the information on what caused the death of Prince, of course, this day in 2016. Today is also National Surprise Drug Test Day. Right after 420 on 421.
Surprise!
Guess what, guys? Here's your little cup.
Yes, right.
Yes, the boss can do that.
Surprise. This is, I gotta go.
I was in my friend's
Yeah,
car.
I have to.
Yeah.
Bob, why are you drinking 4 gallons of water? No reason.
Today is Kindergarten Day. Remember kindergarten?
I do.
For me, it was a long time ago.
I do. Well, yeah, me too. So was my-
Did they have mat naps?
We did have mats. I
mats
remember
for
the
naps?
mats. We'd bring those out, and the
Nap time.
What we would do is, if I remember correctly, I think, oh, you know what? I'm thinking of nursery school. It was actually before.
That's like
it was
they call that
it was
preschool
Preschool,
now.
yeah.
Do they have it?
No, I don't think
school
I
now?
had mats in kindergarten. By the time I got to kindergarten,
Oh, you're advanced math.
oh yeah, it was very advanced then.
We're gonna color.
When are we gonna get a snack?
Come on.
I want a
When's
snack.
snack time after you take your nap.
No, preschool. I remember bringing out the mats, and the cool thing about that was you bring out the mats, and then they would give us a graham cracker.
Ooh.
A single graham cracker. No, there's nothing to dip it in. It's not
Nothing.
chocolate covered. None of these fancy things. No. So here's your graham cracker. And
So
of course,
was it the big graham cracker or just the quarter? Oh, that
it was like a square. It was a square.
Oh, so it's like two in one.
Kinda, I guess. They'd say like you could eat your graham cracker and then lay down, but you had to eat the graham cracker before you could take a nap.
National.
By that
Cho-
time, I'm like, I'm full. I'm
a graham
sleepy.
cracker, you're not.
I'm
you're
sleepy.
not full. National Chocolate Covered Cashews Truffle
Oh,
Day.
I remember now in kindergarten they used to give us national. They give us chocolate covered truffles. I would have very fancy.
Cashews inside. Yeah, he did. It's very upscale. Mr. Gates, nice to have you here on the show.
Bullshit.
School Librarian Day. We'll just leave that at that.
Don't.
the nursery school and the kindergartners were not allowed in the library.
Yeah, okay. I know where you're going with that. Check out those sexy specs. Don't mess with the librarians, by the way.
Yeah.
They learned that in Cass County.
Did they?
Yeah. The Cass County Board of Commissioners, this just happened this week.
Oh, really?
They were going to put up an ordinance that would...
Librarians must wear their hair down.
They were
going to
make it like a criminal statute if somebody took a book that was considered to be, bad for kids or whatever, and of course all this nonsense about banning books, And they was really going to put librarians on the spot. They were going to suddenly be, and that was the
be
intent
held
of the
accountable for
law.
checkups?
That was the intent of the law. Like, oh, if you do this, we're going to put you in jail. And they were like, the librarians like stood up and said, "Hell's no!" And suddenly the Cass County Board of Commissioners like, "Never mind." They pulled that right out of the agenda packet. Don't mess with the librarians. You may.
We're just letting that soak in for a moment.
Sorry, just thought.
On this day in 1879, we've been talking about fires and firehouses.
Right.
The first firehouse pole from the sleeping quarters to the trucks was installed. Engine Company, number 21 in New York. Then Batman got his bat pole.
Right. And I don't think fire
And
stations
now
have
people can
poles.
do dances on those fire poles in their basements.
Yeah, of course.
Remember The King of Queens?
Great episode.
1956. Elvis Presley had his first number one hit. Made it to the top of the Billboard charts on this day. Do you know what it was?
Don't Be Cruel. Oh, yeah. Well, oh.
Fonzie did a rendition of it on Happy Days.
Yeah.
Heartbreak Hotel.
Heartbreak Hotel.
My heart's been so lonely, baby.
Baby, I could cry. Oh, Fonzie.
1972, Apollo 16 astronauts, John Young and Charles Duke, John and Chuck, drove the $1 million electric moon buggy, or lunar rover, on the surface of the moon, 1972.
I go with Moon Buggy.
Moon buggy.
Yeah, Moon Buggy 1. Moon Buggy 1, Moon Buggy 1.
So the two guys hopped in the moon buggy.
Right.
Do you think they drew straws, or they found a way?
Shotgun.
Did they fight it out on who gets to drive? You know,
Yeah, I don't
I'm
know.
not driving that moon
Right,
buggy.
you're right.
Maybe they wanted to. Maybe they didn't. Let's just say John Young was the driver.
Well,
I don't know.
Whoever the commander was. Like I'm the commander. I get to drive.
You get to drive.
Unless the commander's like, you know what? You drive. I'm gonna sit back and kick back.
Yeah.
You know.
Maybe you want to play a video game. It's 1972. After all, playing Pong on the moon.
They'd already played Pong. Maybe they'd already invented Pong and they took it up with them.
So let's just say John's driving. Charles had to get the garage door because they didn't have remote control.
And when the garage door malfunctions, you know who to call.
They called Firehouse Doors.
Firehouse Doors.
Hey, can you come to the moon and fix the garage door?
You know what? If they could, they would. If they could make a moon trip, they would.
Yeah, they would.
I think they're working on a rocket right now. It'll be red like their trucks.
Named after the Mike and John Rocket to the Moon Club.
I don't know,
1980.
did you see the rocket yesterday that blew up?
No, I did not.
Yeah, SpaceX, they launched this rocket yesterday. And
Look at how you're bringing modern history
I know,
into
but
1972.
But it's interesting because I watched it. And
There was nobody on it, right?
No, it was unmanned
Okay.
rocket. And it blew up about 5 minutes into it took off. And it was supposed to go around the Earth once and then come and land. If it had gone perfectly, and then it would have landed. It blew up about like 5 minutes into the flight. And when it blew up, I was like, this is interesting because when it blew up, I mean, you could hear like the crowd and everybody cheered. And I thought, at first I thought,
Did they think
maybe
it was
they don't.
fireworks?
I know. I'm like, maybe they don't realize that it blew up. And then no, they were still cheering. And then I think that SpaceX is a little different than NASA.
Yeah.
I think at SpaceX, it's like no matter what happens,
We
cheer.
clap.
Elon's watching. That didn't blow up.
No, we meant for it to
It
do
went
that.
into a sparkle burst. It sparkle bursted into
It's
the
like when
atmosphere.
you open up a card and the
right.
glitter comes out.
I meant it to do that.
Sure.
I wanted it to do that.
Okay. Rosie Ruiz in 1980 was the first woman to cross the finish line of the Boston Marathon, but she was disqualified when officials discovered she had jumped into the race about a mile before the finish. She had them fooled for a few minutes. She wasn't even sweaty. Gosh, she ran that whole race. And
I come in.
not even out of breath.
Saunter
Water
across
bottle
the
still
like,
full.
Hey there. Hi.
She was a speed walker.
Yeah.
Like Grandma at the mall. 1984.
Remember malls? Anyway, go on.
1984, we all went to the mall and bought the soundtrack to Footloose.
Oh, hell yeah, we did.
It was number one on the U.S. album chart on this day. Everybody cut.
Everybody cut Footloose.
1986, we all tuned into the TV to watch Geraldo Rivera. As a vault in Chicago's Lexington Hotel that was linked to Al Capone
Yes.
was opened during a live TV special.
What could be in there? Nothing.
The vault was empty except for a few bottles and the sign.
Yeah. Sign said, ha ha.
Gotcha.
Gotcha. Yeah, what a big nothing burger that was.
So do you think maybe there was maybe they checked the vault beforehand and took everything out of it and said, well, this will make for more talk because it'll make a history lesson.
No, if they were able to get in there beforehand, you put something good in there, stack of
Couple
cash,
porn magazines. Look what Capone was
Wait
looking
a minute,
at.
these are from the 70s. What? I don't know.
Is that Barbie Becker? No.
Oh my God, Al Capone had a time machine. This explains so much.
That's your 2-cent history lesson.
Oh God, that's
for
enough.
today. I think we learned a little bit.
Very little, as always. One thing that we do learn every show: if you need car and truck repair or maintenance, Murphy's Family Auto is the place to go. Murphy'sFamilyAuto.com, or give them a call 517-552-3040.
They're open on Saturdays from 8 to 1, and if you tell them Mike and John sent you, get 5% off your bill. So thanks to Murphy's Family.
Too shabby. Well, it's quite a show we've had.
That's going to do it for this week. We'll be back again on Monday with Cougar. Does she have a review, or do we not know?
I think she generally does.
And maybe we'll have those beers we were talking about.
Yeah, we'll have more details on the Mike and Jon Night coming up June 1st, Thursday at Eternity Brewing. So stay tuned for that. I want to thank Lindsay Rowe for joining us.
Absolutely. Rhonda Callahan, too. And everybody's great grandma, Bonnie Runyan.
EGGBR.
That's our Friday show. We'll see you Monday.
You've been giggling with Mike and John. Tune in next time and giggle on.
Hey, we're still on.
We are?
Remember when we used to do post-show content?
Yeah, let's
I was wondering if anyone's here. Did anyone make it this far?
I don't know.
Hello?
Is the giggle line still open?
The giggle line's
the
open.
giggle line's open?
Yeah. I just wonder if anyone comes this far, makes it this far in.
If you made it the journey this far, text us on the giggle number. It's 517. Go ahead and post it up there. I haven't called us in a while, so I don't remember the number.
You don't remember our own number? Well, it's a good thing you have it up on the screen. It's 517-525-9052.
That's exactly what I was going to say.
Well, yeah.
525-9052.
I don't think anyone's brave enough.
I don't think they are.
I don't know if anyone's even watching anymore.
3, 2, 1, and done.
I guess we're done here. Bye.